So if you stumble across this video and you're wondering, who is this for? Why do I need a tracking pixel? Well, these are for your online marketers, your affiliate marketers, your email marketers, and anyone who's running traffic to offers onto a website. And like I said in my previous video, people who are running solo ads, Facebook ads, pay-per-clicks, cost per clicks, etc., or even on ManyChat, you want to be able to track your links, because you need to. Having a business online, you just really need to start tracking everything, right? And by now, like I said, you're probably wondering, why do I need to track my links? Well, because you want to be able to know, how many people are actually going to your offers, how many people are seeing your offers, or how many people are looking at your website. Because if you're not creating, and also especially if you're creating your own custom funnels, for instance, if you're creating your own capture page, a bridge page, a thank you page, a sales letter, a video sales letter, you want to be able to track, how far deep into your funnel that your customers are going into. So if they're stopping at the bridge page and they're not looking into your sales letter or your sales page, that's something that you may want to think about, and maybe you need to change a bridge page, right? So you'll start thinking about it instead, because if you don't have that tracking pixel, right, you're not going to know where they're stopping it. So you may assume that they're stopping, they're looking at the whole thing, they're looking at your offer, but they're stopping there. But in reality, they may not have gotten further than the capture page or the bridge page, right? So by having a tracking pixel and knowing where people are stopping at, and especially if it's something that's very, very new when you're testing, and especially when you're split testing, you want to be able to know how far into your funnel that people are actually stopping into, or how far deep into the funnel they're going, right? So for instance, if you're, I'll give you another example. If your bridge page, you create a bridge page and you have your intro, right? Your intro to yourself, and then you have a call to action to go hit the link below or hit the button below, that goes to your sales letter. Like I said again, if they're not going to your sales letter and they're not clicking that button, you'll be able to know, how many clicks and how many people are actually going to that actual bridge, to that sales letter or that thank you page, right? And in just a few minutes, I'm going to actually show you guys how to create a tracking pixel using Clickmagick. All right, so just give me a second, and I'm just going to share my screen really quick. All right, so on the last video of creating a tracking link, we already created this tracking link, and if you didn't create the tracking link, or if you missed that video, I'm put that description I'll put the link in the description box below, so you guys can go ahead and watch that video on how to create a tracking link with Clickmagick. All right, so here, as you can see, this is a different link that we created from the last video. I actually did a split test with a solo ad vendor where I purchased 300 clicks, and he actually over-delivered, because that's just what they do for you whenever you purchase solo ads. And also, if you build a good relationship with your vendor, that's something they'll do for you. All right, so here the A actually stands for action, which means that they went from my capture page to my bridge page, or my capture page to my sales letter or thank you page. All right, so this is actually the reason why I wanted to show you this, is because I actually did make a mistake where, when I was first learning how to use tracking pixels, right? So the amount of clicks that I got that are unique were 324, and I also got 324 clicks towards the the action that went to the bridge page or to the sales letter. So that actually is the reason why I got 100% conversion here. So this one is the actions of conversion rate. So that's where I actually messed up. So I learned from this, and so the next time around that I actually ran a solo ad with to my custom funnel, I got a more realistic result instead of 100, because 100%, 324 people clicking out of 324, right? So I learned from this. Like I said, hey, everybody makes mistakes. That's just how you learn, right? So that's all, and you always got to be testing. So enough about that ramble. So in order for you guys to create a tracking pixel, and what I'm also going to show you guys today too is how to where do you put your tracking pixel? All right. So in order to create a tracking pixel, okay, we're going to go here to the top where you see tools, right? And you're going to hit tracking pixel. You're going to go to Pixel Builder on Clickmagick. And it's going to take you here, and it's real simple to create this tracking pixel. It's really not that difficult. If you just read the questions, and if you have any questions, what do you want to track? You have the question marks here, and if you just click on it, it'll take you to another page and pop up and explain to you what each section and what it is here that you want to be tracking, or what's part of that, what each section means. All right, so that's what I love about Clickmagick. They have video tutorials and videos and on explaining everything for you, right? So for instance, if you're running a solo ad, you want to be able to track the actions. You know, is it the last click or you want to pick the first click, right? So I usually use the last click. Do you want to track duplicate conversions? Recommend no. I usually don't do that either. And are you adding a pixel source to an HTTPS, which is the a secure site? You can either hit yes or no. It's up to you if your sites are secured or not, but you can either hit yes or no. You know, are you adding this pixel to a tracking link? If so, then you got to read this, and it'll tell you, it'll specifically explain what you need to do and why, and why you and what to do next as far as adding a pixel to a tracking link, right? So if you are, hit yes, okay, and then it'll bring it down here. So do you want to add an optional ref value? Enter here. If you do, if you don't, I normally don't. I usually leave everything as is, right? So are you gonna be tracking the action through an HTML or a JavaScript, right? Whichever one you want to use, depending if you're using ClickFunnels or something else besides that. I use ClickFunnels. I also use Funnelizer from My Lead System Pro. All right. So once you've done, creating and figuring out what you want to use or what you want to track for the tracking pixel, it's already generated right here, and that's how simple it is. Now all you gotta do is take this pixel, copy it, right, and head over to where you created your capture page or your custom funnel, right? And here, this is one of my custom funnels that I used on Funnelizer. And what you want to do is you want to go to the head tag in your tracking code, or you want to put in the header or the footer, whichever one you want to use. Depending, sometimes if it doesn't fire, I'll try both, but don't put it in both. Just put it in one of them. All right. So you want to be able to put that in the header. And just, I already have one that's already made for this specific capture page. And you can see here it's Clickmagick pixel. And this is that specific code that goes to that header or to this capture page. Now, like I said, if you try to run it and it doesn't fire up, you'll be able to know that in your Clickmagick in that link or in that there we go. You'll be able to know here in the actions, right? So if it's not firing, you may want to try putting it in the header, in the footer instead, and seeing if that fires up on your link. All right. So that's it for me today, guys. That is how you create a tracking pixel on Clickmagick.